on the hot seat today, Aditya Birla Group's Tomorrow House of Brands has raised $50 million from ServiceNow Ventures to accelerate its tech-powered fashion vision. Now, the deal brings ServiceNow's agentic AI and automation platform into tomorrow's playbook, offering faster speed to market, sharper consumer insights, and omni-channel experiences. From digital-first names like Bewakoof, Wrong, and the Indian Garage Co. to building an AI-first model for scaling new-age fashion brands, Tomorrow says it's ready to blitzscale the next phase of profitable growth. Joining me now is Prashant Alluru, the co-founder and CEO of Tomorrow. Prashant, welcome back to Startup Street. First, tell us, what does ServiceNow Ventures' $50 million investment mean for Tomorrow at this stage of growth? Like I mentioned earlier, it isn't just capital. It brings AI and automation into the mix. How do you see this partnership reshaping the way you build and scale fashion brands?
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Shruti, again, for having us on your show. I think in the last 3 years, I think you've been a part of our journey, and this is our first round of external funding. We've been well capitalized so far with the backing from Aditya Birla Group with more than 150 million funding before this first round of funding. So, of course, this is definitely growth capital for the foundation we've laid. We've got a portfolio of very strong brands that solve for Gen Z and millennials. Each of them have multiple growth engines, and this round gets us to fueling that to the next stage, not just for growth, but also profitable growth. But like you said, for us, this round is not just capital. It's all about taking our belief system that building new age brands was all about tech and data science and AI-led approach. How do we take that to the next level with the power of Gen AI and agentic AI? And we couldn't find a better partner than ServiceNow Ventures globally in terms of putting AI at the forefront of scaling fashion brands. And we are the first, possibly the first brands business globally that they've backed. And that is also a strong validation in terms of the foundation we've built on the capabilities on AI with the fashion value chain.
Okay, Prashant, you just spoke about Tomorrow's technology and data science-led playbook. If you could give us an example of how AI is driving speed to market or consumer insights today, where does tech give you an edge over traditional players?
Absolutely. I think if you think about the fashion value chain, right, it all starts with the power of design differentiation and product innovation. So one piece that we've always believed in is how do you spot the best trends, how do you sort of forecast demand, sense demand, and bring the best of fashion, both global fashion and regional fashion, to our consumers, which is the more head model. We also take that across our value chain, whether it's in the decisions we take, pricing, marketing, etc., but all a deep efficiency around automation across the value chain, right? Whether it's sourcing operations, supply chain, across the back end and the front end of the business. And I think to us, this deepens our capability and takes us to the next level of agent automation, but also hyper intelligence when it comes to decisions that our teams make. And the next wave would be the shopping experience getting transformed in terms of how the shopping experience across online and offline is being fundamentally reimagined and reinvented with Gen AI.
All right, your portfolio spans digital first names like Bewakoof, Wrong, and the Indian Garage Co. And fashion is still seen, like you mentioned, as a design and trend-driven industry. Quickly, if you could tell us your learnings about Gen Z and millennial consumers that's helping shape the next phase of growth. And based on those insights, are there any new offerings in the pipeline?
Sure. I think one of the biggest learnings for us is for Gen Z and millennials, the brand association is not just about the category of the product you're selling. It's all about the community and the brand love and the association with the community. Of course, brands like Bewakoof have been at the forefront of building these kind of communities. I think we're deepening that more broadly in terms of how the consumer looks at the brand, not just as a fashion lifestyle brand, but as a community that you associate yourself with, where the purpose is beyond the product you're selling. In terms of the next moves, I think one of the things that we're thinking about is how do we bring the power of many brands to the consumer in a more curated, more personalized experience. And we're starting to dabble with a shopping experience which is more curated, more personalized, but also with the promise of faster delivery. Of course, quick commerce has come to many categories, but we believe that fundamentally in fashion as well, the faster delivery promise will shape up quite nicely. And we're starting to invest in pilots which help us test. Of course, our individual brands are already investing in more curated shopping experiences and faster delivery. We'll bring all of that together under the Tomorrow umbrella as a multi-brand D2C platform, which will then allow for the consumer to find all the fashion needs that they're solving for at the fastest speed possible.
All right, so faster delivery in fashion. But Prashant, you've spoken about wanting to blitzscale the next phase of profitable growth. What does blitzscaling look like in fashion, and how do you balance that ambition with unit economics? What are your revenue targets going forward?
We've always believed in, not just unit economics-led growth, but, focusing on good growth and not just chasing bad growth. I think over the last 2.5 years, even post-acquisition, we've made a lot of strides in terms of improving unit economics. But now with the power of AI and Gen AI, I think we believe there's a lot of efficiency across the value chain in terms of being able to scale, not just with high hypergrowth metrics, but also with very strong unit economics and strong efficiency.
Okay.
That's one piece of the puzzle. The second piece, of course, is all about in the fashion business. It's about being able to predict what is likely to sell and being closer to demand signals. I think we're running a much sharper and tighter cycle, so our teams are able to make not just sharper decisions but faster decisions, more in real time. I think that'll just help us take the current unit economics focus to the next level. In terms of our ambition and targets, I think we're currently at a $125 million run rate. We'll close the year, $150 million run rate. We'll close the year closer to a $200 million run rate. Our ambition is to first cross the 500 million threshold, and then the journey is to get to the $1 billion longer-term ambition we've always had.
All right, getting to the $1 billion mark. On that note, Prashant, I'll have to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best with all your aggressive growth plans.
Thanks again for having us.